A mother, 55, her skin rich like earth after a summer rain. Her hair, a crown of tight curls, held the stories of her ancestors. She was ebony, a stark contrast to her daughter. The daughter, 27, her skin the color of honey, her eyes like green glass, her blonde locks a rebellion against expectations. They were a study in contrasts, these two, a tapestry woven with threads of love and resentment. The mother, Azalea, carried herself with the quiet dignity of a queen. Her life had been one of struggle and sacrifice, yet she had always held her head high. Her daughter, Imani, possessed a fiery spirit, a thirst for life that mirrored her mother's own. But between them, a chasm had formed, a deep wound festering with unspoken pain. Azalea yearned to bridge the gap, to reach out to her daughter. But the weight of their shared history, the echoes of past hurts, hung heavy in the air. Imani, in turn, grappled with a storm of emotions, anger, resentment, and a desperate longing for the love she craved. Their story began long before Imani's birth. Azalea, a young woman escaping a life of poverty in a small Ghanaian village, arrived in America with dreams bigger than the sky. She met and fell in love with a man, a whirlwind romance that resulted in Imani's birth. But their happiness was short-lived. The man, Imani's father, was consumed by his own demons. He was distant, emotionally unavailable, his love a flickering flame that offered little warmth. Azalea, burdened by the weight of his silence, found herself lashing out at the one person she loved most, her daughter. Her words, sharp and cutting, left deep scars on Imani's young heart. She yearned for her mother's affection, her approval, but received only criticism and a love that felt conditional. The seeds of resentment were sown, taking root in the fertile ground of Imani's pain. As Imani grew older, the distance between her and her mother only widened. She sought solace in friends, in books, in anything that could distract her from the ache in her heart. Azalea watched her daughters retreat with a growing sense of helplessness. She knew she had made mistakes, that her own pain had spilled over onto her child. The generational curse that had haunted her family for generations, the cycle of broken relationships, of unspoken pain passed down from mother to daughter, had reared its ugly head once more. Azalea had vowed to break the curse, to create a different legacy for her daughter. But the weight of her past, the ghosts of her own childhood, proved difficult to outrun. Imani, meanwhile, carried the scars of her mother's words like invisible wounds. She told herself she didn't need her mother's love, that she was strong enough to stand on her own. But deep down, the longing remained, a constant ache in her chest. Despite the years of hurt and resentment, a part of Imani longed for connection with her mother. She saw glimpses of the woman beneath the anger, the woman her mother could be if only she could let go of the past. There were moments, fleeting but precious, when Azalea's love for her daughter shone through. A gentle touch on Imani's arm as she struggled with a difficult task. A proud smile when Imani achieved a goal. These small acts of kindness, like rays of sunshine breaking through storm clouds, gave Imani hope. Perhaps there was a way to salvage their relationship, to build a bridge across the chasm that separated them. Azalea, too, yearned to heal the rift between them. She saw her own flaws reflected in her daughter's eyes, the pain she had inflicted mirrored in Imani's gaze. The thought of living the rest of her life estranged from her daughter was unbearable. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the living room, Azalea gathered her courage and approached her daughter. She spoke softly, her voice thick with emotion, confessing her mistakes, her regrets. She spoke of her own difficult childhood, the pain she had carried for so long. "I know I haven't been the mother you deserved," she whispered, tears streaming down her face. "But I love you, Imani. I always have. And I'm so sorry for the hurt I've caused you." Imani listened in stunned silence as her mother poured out her heart. She had never heard her mother speak so openly, so vulnerably. For the first time, she glimpsed the depth of her mother's love, the pain that lay beneath her tough exterior. A part of Imani wanted to push her mother away, to cling to her anger. But another part, a part she had long ignored, yearned for reconciliation. Section 6. Embracing forgiveness. Imani didn't forgive her mother that night, or the night after that. Forgiveness, she discovered, was not a destination but a journey, a winding path strewn with obstacles and setbacks. There were times when anger flared, when old wounds reopened. But through it all, a seed of understanding had been planted. Abena's apology, her willingness to acknowledge her own shortcomings, cracked open the wall that had long stood between them. Imani began to see her mother not as an infallible figure, but as a flawed human being who had done the best she could with the tools she had been given. With each passing day, the chasm between them narrowed. They began to talk, really talk, sharing their hopes, their dreams, their fears. They discovered shared passions, a love of music, a passion for social justice, a deep connection to their African heritage. Section 7. A daughter's journey. Imani's journey towards forgiveness was not easy. She had to confront her own pain, her own role in perpetuating the cycle of hurt. She had to learn to let go of the anger she had clung to for so long, to release the bitterness that had poisoned her heart. It was a slow and arduous process, but with each step forward, Imani felt a weight lift from her shoulders. As she released her anger towards her mother, she also began to heal the wounds of her past, the scars that had shaped her into the woman she was. Through therapy, journaling, and honest conversations with her mother, Imani began to unpack the layers of pain and resentment that had accumulated over the years. She learned to separate her mother's actions from her own worth, to recognize that her mother's flaws did not diminish her own value. Section 8. The healing power of prayer. Faith played a pivotal role in their journey towards healing. Abena, a devout Christian, had always turned to prayer in times of trouble. She instilled in Imani the importance of faith, of seeking guidance and solace in a higher power. As they worked to rebuild their relationship, prayer became a source of strength and comfort. They prayed together, sharing their hopes and fears with God. They sought forgiveness for past hurts, for words spoken in anger, for the pain they had inflicted on each other. Through prayer, they found the strength to forgive, to let go of the past, to embrace a future filled with love and understanding. They learned that true forgiveness came not from a place of weakness, but from a place of profound strength and compassion. Section 9. Breaking the chains. Abena and Imani's story is a testament to the power of love, forgiveness, and the enduring bond between a mother and daughter. They broke the generational curse that had haunted their family for generations, replacing it with a legacy of love, respect, and understanding. Their journey was not easy, but through their shared faith, their willingness to confront their demons, and their unwavering determination to heal, they emerged stronger than ever before. They discovered that even the deepest wounds can heal, that even the most broken relationships can be mended. Their story is a beacon of hope, a reminder that it is never too late to break free from the chains of the past and embrace a future filled with love, forgiveness, and the unbreakable bond of family.